Wait. Good morning. Can you hear me? Oh, can you hear me now? Oh, still trying to figure everything out with this new. Okay, so Dave can hear me now. Just a matter of figuring out how to put this back where it was. Share scene. Okay, I can't share. Well, okay. How's it going, Dave? I was hoping to be able to get ready before. Oh, now the chat is there. Okay, so I do this. Awesome. Okay, now I got it. And I can do this and do this. Good morning, Thomas. All right. Let's see. I was hoping to be ready everywhere, but I picked up my binder where I have some Magic the Gatherings card, and I noticed they were all, I don't want to, well, kind of sticky wet. And when I looked around, the dog peed on it. Unfortunately for us, the dog is getting older. I mean, she's 13 years old. I'm thinking that she now has most likely diabetes, and she's probably like at her last miles. I know the daughter doesn't want to hear about it, but it is what it is. I mean, we're gonna have to. Let me just set this up here. And I usually put this like this. Yeah, we're gonna have to think about giving her the best possible life for the time that she's got remaining, and That's what it's going to have to be. So, I didn't go live last week. We were out camping. Good morning, Karen. How's it going? We were out camping, and it's been very, very busy summer. Just not on the homestead part because the garden's not going well at all. I harvested one radish, and I'm pretty sure it's probably one of the few things I'm going to be able to harvest. I might have some onions. I might have some beans. Carrots is most likely. We've had a few strawberries, but the ones that are still growing are infested with ants. I'm going to need to take care of that as well. And I know what to do. I mean, it's just a matter of putting the right stuff at the right place. I might have a lot of fruits. By the looks of it, I'm going to get some apples. I should also get raspberries, a couple of blueberries, white currants. I might be lucky and get sea buckthorn berries. I also saw that my goji berry shrub was still alive, so that's a good thing also. Just put that away. People saying hi to each other. I didn't share it. Recording stop for. I don't care. It's sending me a notification saying that the recording will be stopped. Okay. Ooh. I'm so scared. So what's everyone's plan for the day? I have a lot of pretty interesting stuff coming up, and I don't want to say near future, but oh man, my computer is pushing hard now. I'm guessing I got too much stuff open. I'll fix that. Well, it's not that bad, really. Okay. Let's get that done. Potatoes, beans, and squash are on here. You're lucky. But you spend a lot more time in your garden than I did. That's for sure. I spent pretty much the whole spring fishing and studying. Whatever time I had when I wasn't coaching, I was doing my homework, and it's been a fishing and camping kind of summer. I have to go today take a look at what's going on at the community garden. My daughter is going to be in the Bonami Festival parade, which is today, and I'm going to be the driver, so I also have to get ready for that. Get ready and head out to church in about an hour, and then go on a little day trip. Can't leave Hank too long. He has big operation Thursday. Oh no. Hopefully he's doing all right after that. So you have an idea of where you're going to bring me when we go. So yeah, I'm currently trying to plan something. I have an exam in Ottawa. I'm probably going to go at Mike and Angie's place. At their new cabin. She said I could crash there. I mean, I'll have my tent, and I don't mind sleeping outside in September. It's probably a lot warmer out there than it is here. Let me just check a few settings here. Okay, camera is HD. So this here, what if I put it HD? Is it a lot better? a little bit better. So yeah, my exam is on a Sunday. I should be arriving in Ontario on Saturday. Do my exam on Sunday, and then spend some time with Mike and Angie on Sunday. And I want to try to go visit a few friends as well, but that could be on my way out. Like, I want to go. I'd like to go see Lynn from Bucket List Homestead and go see Chris and Steph. They don't even know yet that I'm going their way, but I'm sure if I send them a message, they'll let me visit. They'll let me go over for a visit. And then on my way back, I'll try to stop see Annie from Back to Basics Homestead. Her daughter Amelia is really anxious to see me again. I'll probably stop by Patrick Cost. He's also on the Quebec side before I head back home. But there's also a little fishing trip planned. Well, getting planned anyway. We're still kind of talking about it with Thomas, which would probably be like an overnight kind of thing. I would love to go out and do like a catch and cook kind of thing, and hopefully head back home with a few fish. Now, I would need a cooler. I know I could always borrow my dad's cooler and have it plugged in my vehicle. I'll have to ask him if he still has it. But it's just one that you plug in the lighter switch in the vehicle and it stays on. And then during the day when I'm not driving around, I could just plug it either in a wall, like in Mike and Angie's place during the day, or I even have a little portable battery that I could plug it on. Good morning, John. How's it going? So if I catch any fish, I could potentially put them in that cooler fridge kind of thing and bring some home. I also talked to another guy on the Quebec side. He's an outdoor channel. He's one of the new few channels that I've been following. They have French channels, but now with the way YouTube is, you can watch their stuff and have it translated for you in English. But they don't spend their time talking. They're out there doing their stuff, fishing, setting up their tent or their hammock. They do a lot of camping, catch and cook. A little fire in the woods. They do winter camping and things like that, which I find pretty cool. So I sent him a message saying, "Hey, like I'll be your way in mid-September. Is there anything we could do? Like I'd like to go and catch some pikes and I don't remember the name in English of the other ones. The other one fish. Brochet would be the pike, I think. The other one, I don't remember. But anyway, there's two kind of fish that we don't have in my area that I would love to go and fish. So I would come back home with fish from Ontario in my freezer with a license that would allow me to keep them. And then walleye could be, let me check. I think that's what it was. Get that. Let me check. Yeah, walleye. You're right. Pike and walleye. These are the two fish that I'm probably going across on the Quebec side to go fish. Those are fish that I've never had before. I've never tried them, never fished them, so I would love to do that. So my plan is to go get some big fatty trout with Thomas, and then come back with either walleye or pikes with that channel called Aventure. I'm gonna leave it here. Aventure. Um, the way it's like a little word game that he did with this channel, which I find pretty cool. Adventure hour, so he like adventurer kind of something similar in French. Aventure is adventure, heure is hour, so he did like aventure heure that way, which is some sort of like adventure hour, adventurer. I find it pretty cool. So if you're interested in this channel, you can go take a look. There's another guy that I follow as well, Michel Lamoureux, so you can look for Fisheye Mike. And there's a few more channels, obviously. I'm not going to name them all, but those are the channels that I enjoy watching the most, like as soon as they come out. I'm right on them. They have a good storytelling in their stuff, and it's like watching TV show from TV. They have drones. They have a good way to put their cameras in a place where it looks natural. It's like they're walking around in the trail somewhere, but they'll go put the camera, come back, and walk. But they have their huge backpack and their canoe and all that stuff, or they'll get someone else to go in front of them to film them when they're coming. So when you watch videos, it's always like a story from a movie or a TV show. It's pretty cool. I put a new solar system in the van. I can run my freezer for days. Awesome. I've seen a lot of people going solar now. It's cool because you drive around and there's more and more people going. I'm not going to say off grid because I'm pretty sure they're still on the grid. But with the huge solar panels that I've seen, I'm guessing they're not using the electricity much. Probably just when it's like a few cloudy days in a row. My girlfriend's cousin did that. I don't know if it was. Well, I know it was expensive. They told me it was kind of taking like a second mortgage, but basically the money they save on the electricity is going on that payment. So it's pretty much the same. It's just that in 10 years it should be paid for. As long as nothing breaks between now and 10 years from now, they should get in their money soon. And then my brother's neighbor has solar panels as well. And if you're in his food forest, or the beginning of his food forest, I should say, it's not really a food forest yet, but if you're in the food forest, you look at neighbor's place and all you see is this big, huge solar panel, which is kind of cool. I like seeing those things around. You might see me a couple of times massaging or just sitting in a different way. I hurt my back. I'm getting old. And it's been 2 weeks now, and it doesn't seem to be improving much. I was trying to pull some weeds from the garden, and it was, what's it called? Sweet clover. So if you know what sweet clover is, it's a huge plant. It was pretty strong in the soil, and when I tried to pull it out, it didn't move. So I braced myself and gave it my best shot. But when I did that, the plant didn't come out. My back, I felt like my lower spine crushed itself. I don't know, it was weird. I heard something pop, and suddenly it was just like, oh my god, that hurts. And it has nothing to do with muscles, but I mean, I don't think it is related to to the muscles, because it's not all around, or it's not touching any other muscle. It's just right there in the middle of my spine. Although when I give it a little massage, it feels a little bit better. But I'm guessing that it's just because that even though it wasn't really muscular, it's still impacting my lower back muscles anyway. Uh, kind of, I don't know. Might be hard to follow, but I put some cream, ointment, ice. I tried everything: Advil, Tylenol. The pain just doesn't go away. Good morning, Chris. How's it going? Chris Creation Fun. Oh, I mean, I barely sleep because of it. Like, it seems that no matter how I try to sleep, I wake up not feeling comfortable. The pain, it hurts. So I mean, you just learn to go with it, because if you stop doing your stuff, well, might as well go get a wheelchair and you know. So I still managed to go fishing a few times. Um, I mean, whether I'm standing up or sitting down, it hurts. So I'm not gonna stay home, lay in bed all the time. Um, I can manage to go fishing, kayaking. We went a couple of times, my daughter and I. We will try to go mackerel and bass fishing soon. That's going to be interesting as well. Um, I went fishing with my daughter on a kayak, and I wonder if any of you guys would have an idea of what I could do. So I put this little. Um, let's see if I can. Maybe I could find it. Um, Father, I think I have a video somewhere of what I did. Um, no, it's not that one. It would be a little bit further. So there was a beaver right there, like just a second ago. Mm. I put a little like GoPro stick right there. Okay, let me show you. Share screen, entire screen, this screen. Okay, so this is what I did on my kayak so that I can film what I do. Oh, I'm not showing, right? I'm sharing the screen without sharing the screen. Um, what's the best view? Let me put this there. Um, let's see what I can do. Let me just put that kind of full screen like this. Okay, so I can film in front of me easily, because when I tied it up, it's showing the front. But the problem is, um, when I try to turn it around towards me, it's loosening up, and then just to paddle a little bit, it goes around like this on its own. I'm just showing some different things, and I'm showing what I did and talking about why I did it that way. Let me see if I can find an example of what I did when I tried to show 3.3 600. Could be this one here. Okay, yeah, I can show it here. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that back on. just to show you guys what I'm talking about. So I have this video, okay? The camera is pointed towards me, and I'm looking at my phone to see what the GoPro is seeing. But as you can see, as soon as I start moving a little bit, you can see the camera kind of moving like that way. See, it's the camera's turning around, see? Because it's loose. And I'll bring it back in front of me, and it's doing the same thing. So I need to find a solution to that problem. I need to find a way. Was it? I'm trying to remember which video I was showing. Not this one. See? And this is the way it's set up. So I need to tie this up here. And I need to have something here that I can turn, but that it would stay tight. Something that I can decide to turn, but that will stay tight. So, you know what I mean? Because currently just a little tiny wave, tiny movement it goes and like boom, 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 and it turns around on its own. So I have to keep it tight at the base here. So I need something that I can play with a little bit up here, that I can loosen up, turn it around, tighten it up. But I don't think I have that. Teflon tape might stiffen that up and still move it, but you may need to redo it each time. Yeah. That could make it, if it could work temporary, but I would love to have something that's more like permanent. I have my case here. It's probably upstairs. I might have something in my my GoPro case that would do that. Although I was trying to find my plastic box or plastic little container for the GoPro that you put the GoPro in to protect it from water, so you can put it underwater. And I couldn't find it, so I don't know where I put that. It could be, maybe it was broken and I threw it out, but I doubt. I don't know. I have some stuff spread out all over the place. I don't think I brought it when I went deer hunting last year, but I had it not too long before that. Good morning, Kevin. Tuber Chat, Connect and Grow. Thank you so much. Shouting me out without me being a member. The privilege of being longtime friends. So I was saying earlier, I'll be in Ottawa mid-September. So if you're close by, maybe we can go and have a little beer somewhere, or use a nut. Then you can loosen the nut, turn the camera, and then tighten the nut back down again. True. So I would need to put like a nut put the nut on. It's kind of weird when I do it that way, but do I have something else that I could maybe wouldn't look as weird? You would put the nut around and then put my stick. I would have the nut here and then put the stick, so I could loosen up the stick a little bit and then tie up the nut under. Maybe that would work. That could work. Is this the right size? So I think I found the tools I needed to do what I want to do. That could work. That's what you're thinking, okay? That could work. Um, Either that, or I end up finding um, the little piece that I have somewhere that could do the job. I also have. Where is it now? I had it here somewhere. I can't find it. I know I have it there somewhere. This cheap little version, Temu version of a GoPro, um, came with a little case. I could also be using that and put it in a different direction. I have like one pointing my face and the other one pointing towards the water. But I don't trust it enough to stay on long enough. We'll probably go mackerel fishing soon, but I'm always afraid to bring my daughter on a kayak on the seawater because the tide can change quickly, the wind, and then you have to row um, against nature, and it could be really hard. I heard some people disappeared not too long ago here, actually. Well, not too far from here, I guess. They found his life jacket, but he was nowhere to be found. So, did he lose a life jacket along the way, or did he just not have it on? Either way, you spend a few days in the water. It could be very, very dangerous. We're kind of lucky where we are because, in a way, we're kind of surrounded by islands. Um, New Brunswick, the way that we're set up. Um, if I could show you. Let me share my screen again. Why? Um, I can just do that. Awesome. So, see, when we go around here, but I'm thinking of maybe going more around here. The thing is, we're kind of surrounded by, like, I know we can still go very far, and there's still some very high tides coming this way, but at least usually when we go, we're well, the beach is here. I don't know. I find it's kind of safe. We could also go in this area here, kayaking and catch some bass. That way, we're pretty much surrounded by land. If something comes up, I mean, we would need to drift pretty far to be able to disappear from where they could rescue us. But I mean, there's a lot of land for sure. Vicamo. So I will be driving this way and this way. And so, where would that be? I have no idea about those places. You guys look at the map and you're probably like, oh, well, this is this and this is that. And Dave is probably more familiar than me. Winchester, animal setting. I wouldn't even know where to look. All I know is we passed by here, so I'm guessing Tweed, Maddock, Gilmore. Look at all the lakes. It's crazy. Big clear lake. But I know that Mike and Angie are about an hour and a half from Ottawa. So somewhere in here. Saint Isidore. There's another place called Saint Isidore in New Brunswick. See, there's Saint Isidore, Ontario, and there is a Saint Isidore in New Brunswick. Right there. Cool. More south? So you guys are more like Highway 41. Oh, here. Oh, that's far. That's far. Oh, out of Renfrew. Highway 41, that's far from Ottawa. Cloyne. I remember this place, I think. Renfrew? So Renfrew's here. I usually run up the 511 or 509 to go to Ottawa. It's only like 40 minutes from Ottawa. Take the 4-lane highway, ride it to. So it would be this one here, 417, for a little while. Because I remember passing by Kingston. So I'm guessing we're coming out 41. That would make sense. Breeze, Roblin, Croydon, Redville, Centerville, White Lake. Donald's Corner, Ontario. Then I'll know. Okay, so this is the Lousy Lake. How cool. Because I know from there, I know a little bit where I am. Would come this way and or was it this way here? Fallbrook, Bell's Corner, Harper, Bennett Lake. Robertsville. Okay, there's a Robertsville in New Brunswick as well. McDonald's Corner, Lanark is right there. I know Lanark as well. So I've been around those places. By the sounds of it, you ran down to 401 at Kingston, the Nup. Which one is this one here? The 7? So we were coming off Montreal. We drove around here. I'm guessing we did this. Or went up there. Yeah, we passed here, I think. The 50 maybe, or 158. Because I know we passed Montreal, and I remember seeing Mirabel Airport. So we probably came here. Pabineauville, I remember seeing that. Gatineau, Ottawa. And then we crossed the bridge. It was probably, yeah, we went here. So we probably took the 417 at some point. Or this one here. But then from there, I don't know, just follow the GPS. Lanark is there. I could also do... Huh. Oh, man, that's far. Okay. So this is... Okay, yeah, probably took the 41 and took the little trail there. Denby, yeah, okay. That is familiar. Cool. That's awesome, Thomas. I will take a look. Cool. So, yeah, I'm guessing this is where we went. But from here, I know Mike and Angie, I think Humpa. They're not far from there. I mean, I'm not going to say exactly where they live, but could be going the other way. But I know about Denby View Ranch. Would also be this way, I guess. There's a lot of lakes, which is crazy. Home hardware here, I remember seeing that as well. And I remember driving by Humpa, McDonald's Corner. So yeah, we went that way. Okay. But I know Mike and Angie are roughly in that area. It would make sense. Somewhere in there. Hmm. Um, so I don't know if I should bring my kayak. The problem is not to bring it. The problem is to keep it safe while I'm there. I mean, I could always leave it at Mike and Angie's place while I do my exam with the intention of going back there to get it. And then I could go and fish with it with Thomas and have it when I go fishing with Adventureur. His name is Martin. I don't know. I feel like going 120 on the highway with a kayak on top. I guess that would be the ultimate test. Yeah. I went fly fishing last weekend or last week. we saw some pretty cool stuff, some pretty interesting stuff while we were there. I start. Let me start over. There was some pretty cool stuff. I have that on film. I couldn't film everything that we saw because some of the stuff happened way too fast. Um, Finally caught a fish fly fishing. I had a few jumps, but just tiny fish. But they were jumping all over the place, and I switched my fly often. I didn't get lucky. Um, so my daughter wants to go again. Maybe not at the same place, but somewhere else. I have some plans of winter camping this winter. Hopefully, I manage to do that. Um, and then I want to go ice fishing. I want to go fishing this fall. I want to go fishing again this summer. Um, we'll go deer hunting. I might get um, someone from First Nation to bring me along so I can film his moose hunt. We didn't get attacked, so I cannot go, but I could always be there and make a video about it and see, how it's happening for them. I will probably go deer hunting and have all my cameras again. Have to match the hatch. What do you mean hatch? Right now it'd be like dragonfly larva hatching in the water. Okay. Yeah, but I could see a lot of mosquitoes and a lot of flies, like deer flies and mosquitoes on the water and a few butterflies. And I tried with the royal wolf. Usually you get a lot of success with that one. They didn't bite. And then I put like a tiny mosquito. I had one jump, didn't stay on, and then no more bites. I then switched to like a bigger mosquito, and I had a bite right away, got her out, and then suddenly nothing. But we got to the point where my daughter was getting tired, and we left. We started rowing back towards the shore, and I had my line dragging way back behind me, trolling a little bit while paddling. And I had another jump because I could feel it on my rod. I had the rod between my legs, and I could feel it, the vibration that the fish is doing. And my daughter was way behind me, and she saw it as well, but it didn't stay on. So I know that the big mosquito was working somewhat okay. Now to have something matching a dragonfly larva, uh, I don't think I have that. But I'll try again with your the MEPS that you show me. I have a few of those, and the floating jig head. I didn't try it yet. Maybe tonight, after we're done with the parade, this is something we might do. Go for a little fishing trip. Just go like dead fishing like we usually do. No kayak because it takes a while to set all the stuff. I mean, every time we decide to go fishing, my daughter and I, we can never leave before like 7 p.m. And then it's getting dark earlier than it was a couple of weeks ago. So around 9:30, it's pretty much dark. Um, you want to get to shore, especially with my daughter, before it gets too dark. So we leave here at 7. We get there around 7:30, and then we fish around until around 8:30, and then we head back. So it's only about an hour of fishing. I'd rather go just the rods. I need to set up a new one. I have a few here. I have another rod. There was one here. Yeah. I just need to set a reel on that one, and I'll be able to use it to fish. Now that I'm thinking about that, my daughter has one just like this, and the rings are no longer sticking to the rod. So I'm gonna need to go and put some glue on it. Oh, I might as well put it in the case, right? Oh, come on. All right. I have a reel here somewhere. Well, I had one, but it was mostly for bass fishing. I thought I had a reel. I get all kind of free, well, not free stuff, but, well, yeah, free stuff and cheap stuff from Temu. And I ended up getting this here, but I have no idea what it's for. From what I see, it's like it would be made for, like to put a sleeping bag, like a spare bag. And then you have the space here that you can put something else. I also received something that looks similar to this, but it's very, very tiny, and it's holding like a blanket, plastic aluminum blanket that if you ever get lost or whatever in the woods, or you fall in the water or something, you have something to, to keep you warm. I do have a few sleeping bags here that would need a little bag, so I guess it's not a bad thing that I have this. Hammock. I I was approached by a company to try one of their hammock. I'll need to set up something in the back of my property just so I can at least try it out, because I don't want to go out there in the woods and try to sleep and not being able to. So I'll just find two trees that are wide enough. They need to be at least 12 feet apart. And I'll cut like the branches on one side, and just so that I can squeeze in with my hammock. And I'll try it. I just have to wait until I can order it, because they're giving me like a coupon code and a bunch of free stuff. But basically, the hammock is like $300, and they're giving me like a 75% off. Plus, they're giving me another like $200 worth of free stuff, accessories like the mosquito net, the hunter quilt, and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be able to try it out, but I still need to pay like a little tiny bit from my own pocket. So that's gonna happen in maybe a month or so. But once I get the hammock, I'll make a video and I'll show you what needs to be done. I'll need to watch some of Martin's video again to know exactly what kind of knots he's doing, because the way they're doing it, it slides to tight on the rope. Like you can tighten the rope for your hammock to stay a little bit more like stretched, but it doesn't loosen up on its own. I'm not very good with knots. Like, I mean, I can do a little fishing knot, the simple one, but that's pretty much it. So I'll need to watch these videos again to see exactly what to do. And I know once I have a hammock set up, either the kids will go and just relax on it, or they might want to come and sleep with me with their own hammock. We'll see how it turns out. We were camping last weekend, and my oldest son was working, so he arrived home around supper time, and he sent me a video through Messenger. When he got home, there were two deers, two does, right like in front of my kitchen window. Basically, one of them was a little bit further, but the other one was probably eating my cherries. um, we don't get deer too often around, but I guess they're starting to see more and more of them, which is cool because we need to have the population back up here. It's crazy down south, but up here, like, not enough to be able to go hunt. And talking about cherries, I was at my girlfriend's grandparents' house yesterday. They had a little family gathering. The grandparents are both gone. They're both deceased, but the house is still there for family gatherings and stuff. And they have those big, huge cherry trees that are full of beautiful cherries. And I'm pretty sure it's the same kind that I have here. So now I know that they can get really big and full of cherries. Um, I might try to go here, grab a few of them, just to get some more fruits here. And I needed to hair graft a few apple trees as well, but I didn't do it. It didn't happen this year. I was too busy doing some other stuff. But next year, I won't have college. I won't have coaching job. So other than work and family, I mean, I'll have a lot of free time. I'll be able to go camping. I'll be able to go fishing a lot more. I'll be able to take care of my garden a lot more because let's face it, my garden is a disaster this year. Like, I don't think I'm going to have any zucchinis. I don't think I'm going to have any squash at all, other than maybe the ones that are growing in my compost pile because I put some squash that were rotten. I put them in my compost pile and they start growing plants all over my compost pile. Um, I'm gonna leave it there. I mean, I need the squash, I need the food, so. But I'll definitely need to go hunting and go fishing. Not being able to go hunt a moose, I'll have to turn around to black bear. I need to get a black bear. I have the wood. I just need to find a decent space. Um, I think I might have an idea of where I could go. It's just a matter of finding like the perfect spot within that little road because it's near my mushroom uh, gathering spot, and I don't want to be out there um, gathering mushrooms with the possibility of a black bear coming behind me. So I want to go a little bit further down the road, but not too far because I want it to be close enough that I can bring some wood to build my tiny tree house, my little tree stand. But I want it big enough that I can sit comfortably, have my rifle next to me, and not be afraid of being eaten alive by a bear that I wouldn't hear or see coming. So I need to have a floor and I need to have wall, like 4 walls around me, and with tiny windows here and there so that I can at least look, but I'll have bait in front of me. I also want to build a little worm farm. I want to have my own worm farm because we have so much night crawlers here, but it got so dry fast this year that after the first week or two, we were barely able to find night crawlers at all. And I don't know if you know, but when you have to buy night crawlers every time you go fishing, the extra $70 that you have to pay, it sucks. Talking about that, Thomas, if you're still there, what's the best thing to bring when I go up there? Do I need to worry about worms, or do I just bring lures and jiggers and stuff like that? Probably gone by now, but I'll see if you're still there. If not, I'll probably leave. Gotta get ready for the parade. So you're not there, Thomas. All right. Okay. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully, I'll get used to this EV Mux new Livestream software that I'm using. At least the free version makes sense compared to StreamYard. StreamYard was good until they decided to be greedy. You basically don't have anything anymore that you can do with StreamYard other than just streaming straight up. You can't put any videos, you can't put any songs, you can't do nothing. And I mean, I don't really want to have a software that I have to pay $35 a month just to put a little video, especially when I can do something like this. I'll do this, and I'll do this. Look at that. I can bypass their restrictions. I'll put this on scene. I'll maximize it, and I'll do this. The only problem I have is that every so many seconds, you'll get like, wait until it shows up. I'll be able to see. You get this because it restarts. I should just make the video longer, put it in a loop, and have it for like 5 minutes in a loop, and just play the same video over and over again. And then what I can also do is come in my YouTube audio library, select one that I have take whatever one I want. Like this. Now I can say goodbye and leave you guys with some music and a tiny little video. Have a great week, everyone.